So the big news cycle over the last 16, 18 hours or so is that it is here. It is here. Omicron has been confirmed in the United States. Now, is this meaningful? We don't know. Is it newsworthy in the sense of, is it surprising? It's probably already been here for some weeks. And number three, does this finding make us question the prudency of the travel bans that have been put in place? We're going to talk about all of these different questions, but the big news, and we're kind of in the Omicron. Now I'm saying it the way Biden said it the other day. Omicron, which Joe Biden referred to as the Omicron. Omicron is here in the United States, and now we're in the Omicron found in this state and soon Omicron found in that state phase of the story without yet knowing what that actually means. So CNBC reporting yesterday, CDC confirms first case of Omicron COVID variant in California. The CDC said Wednesday it confirmed the first U.S. case of the new heavily mutated coronavirus variant called Omicron, detected in Northern California. White House Chief Medical Advisor Anthony Fauci said the patient, who was fully vaccinated, had just returned to the San Francisco area November 22nd after traveling in South Africa, tested positive November 29. Again, the timing, given that they got back at this point, what is that, 10 days ago, suggests it's probably been here for some time. The individual is self-quarantining and all close contacts have been contacted and thus far have tested negative. We feel good that this patient not only had mild symptoms, but actually had the symptoms appear to be improving. That is good news. The article, because it is CNBC, mentions that there was a big swing in the stock market yesterday after this case was confirmed. And this is one of those things where it's sort of like, really, guys, like the idea is that at any time, the stock market reflects all known information about the state of the economy or companies that are at least measured by the stock market. Is it really news that there was one case found in the United States? I mean, when almost a week ago or even longer, about a week ago, we said it's probably already here. A 500 plus point swing because of the announcement seems to me like not a particularly efficient market, given that any reasonable person would have inferred there's going to be cases here, and we still don't yet know how serious they are. Now, that's the next thing that I want to talk about. We are starting to anecdotally get information about the believed severity of Omicron cases and whether this means we're headed in some kind of terrible direction or whether this might actually be a milder variant. There are more and more, even from this morning, anecdotal claims that those who are vaccinated don't really have to worry more about Omicron. Whatever level you were worried before is the level you should be worried now. But that if you're unvaccinated, you should worry. We're starting to see more and more. That story is being told more and more, although it is not yet a story that we can definitively confirm. For example, South Africa expert, previous infection doesn't protect against Omicron, but shots do. People infected with earlier variants of COVID do not appear to be protected against Omicron, but vaccination will prevent serious illness, a top South African scientist says. We believe that previous infection does not provide protection from Omicron, says Anne von Gottberg, expert at the National Institute for Communicable Diseases in South Africa. Outlining early research into the newly emerged variant, she says doctors are seeing an increase for Omicron reinfections. We believe the number of cases will increase exponentially in all provinces of the country. That's South Africa with a low vaccination level. We believe that vaccines will still, however, protect against severe disease. That's really the whole story at this point in time. So now let's kind of summarize. Omicron has been here for weeks. This is an individual who came back from South Africa November 22nd. If we believe that they brought it from South Africa rather than we don't know what their connection was, maybe they got it from someone else. It's in a whole bunch of countries and it already was on November 22nd. It's likely been here for weeks. Number two, the question as to whether it is milder or not remains an open question, because with every claim right now, there is a counterclaim. Most of the cases in South Africa are mild. Well, but most of the cases in South Africa are in young people so far that we know of, and you need 10, 14 days to see what the disease progression is. Well, a lot of the cases in South Africa are in the unvaccinated. Well, that's because a lot of the young are unvaccinated in South Africa. Is one the cause or is one the effect? We just don't know at this point in time. Is it not more deadly on an infection fatality rate basis, but by being more transmissible, more people will die because more people will get it, right? We don't know the answer to that at this point in time. Do vaccines protect at all against serious disease? Well, what about the third dose? If you have the third dose, are you more protected against Omicron? It seems so from early data, but we still don't know. And then the third piece of this is, what does this mean about travel bans? Because there is at this point a situation where South Africa did the right thing by saying, hey, we sequenced this, we found this is a new variant. And, oh, well, it came from South Africa. It's now not even totally clear. It might have come from European countries, and it might have been brought to South. Because South Africa was the first to say it, South Africa and Southern Africa are being punished in terms of travel bans when it's everywhere anyway, right? The travel bans seem to happen at a time when it's already spread. They are of unclear efficacy at actually doing the thing they're supposed to do. And by the time we have this much information, it seems to already be too late. So there's a real question as to the wisdom of these kind of targeted travel bans. Everything remains preliminary, and the people who haven't been paying attention or modifying their behavior or getting vaccinated all along are, generally speaking, not going to do anything differently. I do believe that even the hyperbolic claims, which are not yet backed by evidence about Omicron, will get some people who are unvaccinated to go and get vaccinated, but not a whole bunch of them. Curious to hear from you if you agree.
One of our sponsors today is Blue Chew, a unique online service delivering the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. And they're giving my audience an entire month's supply for free. So if you think you could benefit from an extra boost of confidence when it's time, all you have to do is take a short quiz on their website. A licensed doctor approves your prescription. The medication comes straight to your home within days in a discreet package. No driving around to the doctor's office or the pharmacy. No waiting around. No awkward conversations with your doctor. All of Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA. The entire process is just a few clicks. Go to bluechew.com. The link is underneath this video. They'll give you an entire month's supply for free when you use the promo code PACMAN. All you have to do is pay $5 shipping.